Hey friends, it's Amelía here, and I need to rant. I'm kind of pissed off, and it's a sensitive topic, and I know that bringing this topic up might piss off some people or activate something, but I need some feedback. I want to ask you all what you're feeling around the sexualization of women. So I'm going to tell you a little story and why I'm pissed off. I repeatedly asked someone who I work with to treat me like a family member, like a sister, like a colleague, and stop sexualizing me, flirting with me, or bringing sexual energy or fantasizing because it really disturbs me. He's kind of laughing at me. He thinks that it's my own trauma and that I should trust him and that, it's maybe he thinks this is just natural behavior and his intentions are right. But it's not okay. When a woman tells you to stop sexualizing her, to stop fantasizing about her, dude, stop. Just stop. Like, can't we treat each other with respect and regard our sexuality as totally sacred? It is not up for someone else to decide they think that this creature is beautiful and therefore I want to go hump it. I mean, like, if you saw a beautiful unicorn, is the first thought in your mind to go fuck it? I mean, what? It's just so perverse, and I'm really disturbed. And we need to heal, friends, and especially you men who work with women, who are practitioners, who are creating sacred space and holding space for women's healing. Do not sexualize them. Do not bring flirtation and sexual energy into your sessions with them. If you're a massage therapist, if you're doing any kind of acupuncture, alternative therapies where you're in very intimate situations with women, you need to check yourself. Really, and this goes for women too. This is not just men. I've dealt with it where I have an extremely sexy, beautiful man on the table, and sometimes it's hard, and I've had to leave the room and check myself and close down my chakras, and then either stop working with them or tell them and let them know why I'm stopping to work with them and send them to someone else, because it's not appropriate. It's just not. It leads to so much wounding. I mean, when we're in a space, in a container that we're creating trust, whether it's at work and your colleagues. I mean, how many women out there have been in work and been in your professional hat, and the man you're working with has to throw a sexualized comment in, some sexual innuendo. I put up with that for 20 goddamn years. I was the only woman in my industry for a really long time, and powerful men, they just think it's their right to be entertained by female energy. I am not your paid for hostess or your dancer up there, and especially in dancing. So when I dance, I'm not dancing to provoke some man. I'm dancing for myself. I'm not dressing to sexualize my body for you to like me. I dress for myself. We adorn ourselves for our own energy. And men don't get it. They think it's for them. Like, oh, well, she deserved, I got attacked once, and I called my fiance at the time to tell him I was just almost raped in a back alley of San Francisco by someone I knew and trusted, who was a massage therapist, by the way, and a martial arts grandmaster. So really hard, even though I know martial arts, really hard to get him off me. And every time I blocked him, he got so excited. He thought that it was like some sort of sparring match. In the meantime, I'm like half naked in a back alley about to be raped. Not cool, dudes. Not cool. And when I called my fiance and said, hey, I need you to come over, something just happened to me, he asked me what I was wearing. That was his first question. Not, are you okay? Oh my God, I'll be right there. In fact, I don't even think he came over that night. He told me to stop dressing so sexy, that the way I dressed somehow showed off my figure, that therefore it made this man crazy. And then I went to that man's ex-mother-in-law. So this man who attacked me was married to a psychic who I worked with, who was my colleague. And I told her what happened. And she said, oh, he's Brazilian. They're all like that. Like there was nothing wrong in his behavior. Now, I don't know, ladies, but this shit pisses me off. I am so sick of men thinking that they own our bodies, that they're like, it's okay to sexualize us at every freaking age of our life, at every turn. It doesn't matter if we're in a professional mode and we're trying to focus and then someone has to throw in some innuendo. It's completely disrespectful. It's so disrespectful. It just pisses me off. I'm pissed. I'm so pissed. I have a few suggestions for men. One is, if you can't help it, like you just see tits and ass everywhere and it just turns you on and you can't handle your member down there and you don't know how to like get in energy control with it or calm it down, or you think that every time you're excited, you just get so aroused that you need to like fantasize or jerk off. Like, you know what? We need to evolve this energy to the next level. So I invite you to get some books, to find some support, to, you know, there's so many awesome books out there. And I've shown many of my clients, I think one of the biggest books I've ever recommended that has sold the most, I should start selling it. I'd probably make money off it. Mantak Chia, what's it called? Master Your Sexual Energy, or I will remember the name of the book. It's a beautiful book by a man who talks about the Taoist way of mastering the Kundalini. So if you've had a Kundalini awakening, there's stages you go through. You know, you get aroused, and if you have woundings or sexual trauma, or you've just been, you know, living in a modern world where you're being indoctrinated and programmed to be aroused by pinup dolls, sex shops, porn, you're gonna be miswired. So this is like at epidemic levels. So please, men, those of you who are conscious, those of you who are working in the spiritual field, I beg you to please master your sexual energy. It's not about the orgasm. It's not. Can you please bring love back in? Make love present. Bring in wholesomeness. Bring in safety. I guess I dream about, because my family is so not safe and not a loving place to be. So I have, you know, perverted uncles and a very disturbed family unit that I no longer am in contact with because of the distortion, because there's such an absence of love. And when I work in this world and do the work that I'm here to do, because I know that love heals these wounds. Love makes us whole again. Love cleanses these perversions and distortions from our body. But we need to tune to love. We need to tune back to purity and innocence. And you know what? There was a long time where I thought there's no way that I can be innocent. Like that my innocence was taken, I think at 2 years old. So yeah, I'm pissed. But every one of us who grew up in this Western world and in the East, I've seen it all over, they purposefully take the innocence of a baby so that they grow up with these perversions and distortions. And you know what? We need to take back our bodies, take back our space, heal these wounds, perversions, and kinks. Another great book, The Way of the Superior Man by David Deida, another book that I've given to every single guy I've ever dated. Awesome book. Please read it. Please understand what divine masculine energy is and how to hold it and what we need from you. And no, I know it's not all you guys. I know women are just as distorted and perverse and confused. But Men, I know you can do this. I know that you can stop all of this distortion of females being there only for your pleasure. The man who's running our country and most of the world right now is a complete freaking pervert. Thinks he can grope at women, and this is somehow our leader? So men, I need you to realize that it ain't okay, because us women, we're all pissed. This whole Me Too movement, it's not a joke. And I know that it's not just women who've been overly sexualized and abused. I have plenty of friends and clients and colleagues who are men who have been totally abused, and their sexual energy has also been misused. But men, you stand in the power position here. You know, we haven't had our voice for so long. I'm just getting my voice. I haven't been able to talk about this, but yeah, we're freaking pissed. It's enough. And conscious men, you know better. So when a woman says, like, don't talk to me like that, don't call me your baby, your lady, darling, sweetheart, when I'm not your girlfriend, and I'm not asking for that. And I've told you multiple times in a very kind way, don't call me that. Don't talk to me like that. Do not sexualize me. Okay, you're attracted to me. That's great. It's not mutual. So stop. Just stop. Stop fantasizing and stop watching porn, please. Because that porn is poisoning your mind to think that you can just objectify every woman walking down the street. You become like anyone who's watching porn has become animalistic in their sexual energy. And our sexual energy is beautiful. It's sacred. It's gorgeous. Where's love? Bring it into your sexuality, please. Bring in respect. Bring in consent. We need consent, mutual consent. Wait for the yes, it's okay. So even those of you who are married or in committed relationships, don't just assume you can have sex with that woman. Please ask them, baby, can I enter you now? Don't just stick it in and think that that's a kind of rape. And we are traumatized. So respect it, honor it, please. Bring us back our dignity. I know there are men out there who love women, who adore the goddess, who understand our creative potential and understand what I'm saying. And if you are that brother, that father, that colleague that cares and wants women to feel safe in the world, please. I think I've said enough. What I would like to know about you guys is how do we heal together? If you have suggestions, and especially male practitioners and female practitioners, we need to be careful. Thanks for listening to my rant. I think I'm complete. I'd love to hear how this lands for y'all.